Deb Cole, a.k.a. Coach Deb. Seen on NBC, Fox,
Oh, yeah.
MSNBC, and, of course, CoachDeb.tv, radio personality. And she is a social media expert in studio with us. Coach Deb, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sally.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Go back to the website. That was interesting.
You like that website? You like what she was wearing?
Well, maybe.
Coach Deb,
Gym that day.
you just got, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
That's
I
your
decided
workout?
To be casual.
Where do you work
and
out?
Workout outfit?
Specifically.
24 hours. Should I not?
No.
say
24-hour
this on
fitness,
air?
I'll
That's
be
right.
there.
Which one exactly?
Yeah. And what time of the 24 hours? Which hours in those 24?
That one was at Austin. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Way in Austin.
Oh, that's right.
There
You're
you
an old
go.
Austin gal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
Great
tell
to
by
have
the-
you along.
Sure.
Listen,
I can tell by the exit.
Would you guys want a room? Can we start the
I was
interview at
talking
some
to
point?
Tua here.
Can
Bust my
Just trying to get my
hell up.
jersey out.
There we go.
I? First of all, talk about your background because we talked with you last week about social media.
Right.
Tell me how you got into that.
I got into it because I moved actually from New Jersey to Hawaii and decided to get online, start a blog, and that was how I got traffic organically because I was a small business owner. I didn't have the money to advertise.
In
So I
Hawaii,
just
you
started
had a
blogging.
small business over there?
Yes,
Or able to run
consulting.
it from over there? Consulting,
Yes,
yeah.
and everything was done on the net. So I
Yeah.
can consult with people in New York, New Jersey, all using Skype. And that's back when video wasn't really a thing.
Right.
And if you remember watching videos and it would just like
Ma-
blip on
Max
you.
hit.
You
Exactly.
did the first video ever online, and if I'm not mistaken,
with,
if I'm not mistaken, it was on Time Warner.
Time Warner Local.
And
yeah.
nobody could listen to it.
94. We were putting video up, but yeah, everybody was dial-up phone modem, and it was real
horrible. Times have changed. It's
Yes.
so much better now. Now everyone's doing video. If you're not doing video with the blog, you're behind the times, right? Your competitors are going to be found.
Right.
That's the biggest theme in social media. If you're not on it and you're not using it and interacting with people, your competitors who are will be found.
And that opens up a whole nother industry for people to take care of that for you, because not everybody's
which is what-
telegenic or knows how to look
Right.
into a camera and all that.
Yeah, and you told us last week about the social media managers.
Yes.
And that's we need one. Will you be our social media manager? Good.
I can introduce you.
locked
to
in.
someone.
Yeah. Are they
Social
all
media.
young? They're all under 30, probably, social media managers.
You know, some are, but there are people that have been doing it. It just really all depends if they're a trendsetter and they're a trend predictor. And that was the biggest thing for me when I wrote the Twitter Revolution book.
She wrote the first book on Twitter. Do you realize this? This
Wow.
is her right here. Can we get a copy of that so we can show it on the screen? Curtis, bring up the Twitter Revolution for me. But yeah, it's I guess the big enigma for me with Twitter is just because you put up a Twitter account doesn't mean people are going to look.
Right.
If you build
still
it,
have to drive traffic.
I saw you in a video saying that at one point,
Yes.
saying if you build it, they don't necessarily
Don't
come.
necessarily come.
How do you
That's
get them
a
to get
myth.
there?
The biggest way to get people to come to your site is interacting with other influencers, commenting on other people's blogs, and then just making sure that you're interesting. Because if you're interesting and you're really providing value, you're going to be known as the expert in your field.
What
or
if Russ
industry.
just did a joke every day? Would that be
That would
interesting
be
enough?
perfect.
Is it-
Yeah.
Because he's a comedian. I mean, if he was a realtor,
Right.
sure, that would be interesting. But then the realtor would want to provide
Boy, wouldn't
something
it?
of value in their industry.
Some funny
So it
real
just-
estate joke. I have a tendency to not do it every day because
Right.
I just don't.
Well, the time, there's a time issue there, and I
Right.
see you post on Facebook, but you don't do the Twitter thing.
No, I can't.
How do you combine those two? Because I know you can. You mentioned
Yes.
Probably
yes.
one button, one app that you can
Well,
just go combine both.
And a lot of people don't talk about this, but it's FriendFeed. If you go to
FriendFeed.
friendfeed.com, it is an amazing app that combines not only Facebook,
Yeah.
not only Twitter, Flickr, which is a social media management to manage your pictures,
Right.
and YouTube. So with one text or tweet or update, FriendFeed blasts it all out. And I actually just went there
that.
yesterday.
Now let me ask you this:
I'm going there right now.
When you go on FriendFeed, are you no longer on Facebook, or are you just on the FriendFeed site?
Well, what you can do is you sign up a profile. I'll give you an example of how I used it. I signed up years ago, and I haven't looked at it in at least a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even logged on to FriendFeed. I was there last night just to make sure it was, and I'm like, oh, I have to change my name, my brand. There's a
Mm-hmm.
variety of things I was neglecting. But my update for your show on my blog was there because I had set it up. So this is a literally
Wow.
set it and
So this is
forget it
automatic
site.
thing.
It's
Oh,
automatic.
So let me ask you this: so if I do
set
if
it
I
and
do
forget it.
if I do a status on Facebook, it'll show up on my Twitter feed if I wanted to.
Yes.
What if my status is too long for Twitter? In other words, if my 148
it'll-
character cry for help is too long for,
It will cut off.
it'll cut off
Yes.
right there, right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it'll just
Like look up in the road
and that's
ahead.
it. Yeah, and then
Right?
what?
And you're taken out of context.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be fun? Just to try to write stuff on Facebook that was taken out of context on Twitter. The name, by the way, her website, CoachDeb.tv. She's a social media expert. So number one is FriendFeed. It combines Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Flickr.
And Flickr.
And Flickr's the Pictures one,
picture
right?
sharing. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Instagram and Pinterest are the two hottest picture sharing
Yeah,
site,
right.
but Flickr is still available. It's still integrated. And now a lot of people who have smart TVs are pulling in their pictures from Flickr. So you definitely want to have an account on Flickr as well.
Let me tell you this. I'll tell you one of the best things that she's gonna share with us today, and it's gonna come up here at 51 past the hour. It is, remember the lady that we interviewed at the infomercial convention? We did a live broadcast there. She's a lady, the Set It and Forget It lady.
Oh, yeah.
From Larry Ron Popeil.
Right.
She was her spokesperson.
Yes.
Remember the lady Kathy something? She's the one who did the cooking show.
Yeah, it's a real nice little old lady.
Yeah, she's
not
about
old,
this,
but
she's
little.
a midget lady. Little people. I'm sorry, Curtis said we can't say that.
Send an email to Bob.
But she did the full. But Coach Deb is going to teach us how to set it and forget it.
I'm
Wouldn't that be
trying
nice?
right now. I'm looking for friend feed.
Well, I can tell you if we can do that, it'll be. I will use it more if I don't have to spend any time doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
If I could just do it without thinking about it. So when we get back from the break, we're going to do that.
Set it.
We'll visit with more with Coach Deb. All right.
Come on.
Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com is our website. You can follow us on Twitter at Big Biz Radio. CoachDeb.tv is her Twitter or website. What's your Twitter handle, by the way, Coach Deb?
Coach Deb.
Coach Deb. Just follow Coach Deb. CD. Coach Deb. There's a fantastic video on her.
Let's click that and forget it.
I'm going to watch that on the break.
Is that the gym?
That day in my Austin office.
Big Biz Show. BigBizShow.com. Stand by.
But she's never in the way. Always something nice to say. What a blessing.
This is the Big Biz Show. How's your little business? It's going to grow right now. Oh, trust me. Here's Bob Sully Sullivan.
BigBizShow.com is our website. You can follow us on Twitter at Big Biz Radio. You can also find Big Biz Show on Facebook because Russ has created 7 of them, which we have no passwords to.
I'm trying here. You can't.
We had one on there that had like 5,000 people.
Yeah,
like
that
us.
was a
And we
good
can't
one.
find the freaking. I think they finally just deleted the damn thing.
Facebook does not let you go. Once they have you, good
so
luck.
I created a new
deleting
one
your
on there.
account.
Do
Do you know how, Coach?
Coach Deb's with us. Do you know how to
Send me an email.
You can. Hey,
What?
would you? Is there a way to delete a Facebook page?
Yes.
You can delete it.
Yes, you can.
See, I don't
But
think
you do
people.
have to have your password to get in to delete it. You can't delete someone
What happens
else's.
if you don't have? See, here's the deal.
God.
We don't have a password. We don't even know the email that he got it off of.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's not that
but we
fun.
could do it.
Okay.
I think we this will be a mission and a hunt.
Here we
Maybe
go.
Mission Impossible, but we will do it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you right
It
now.
is one of those things, honestly, as a drawback of social media sites that it's free and you get what you paid for. So
But it's free and
Yeah.
it's their rules because it's free.
It's not like they have a customer service, hotline that you can.
So we
call
have one that
and get
has
your
big.
money
We have
back.
a Big Biz Show that I created. Okay. Which I just created recently.
Okay.
So it's just Big Biz Show. Okay.
Right.
Then we also have another one called The Big Biz Show. All right. That has. so I created both of those.
So I would keep the Big Biz Show because it's short and sweet. Because every character you use is chewing into your content.
Okay. So how do I
delivery.
delete? How can we delete that one?
So keep the. Just lock that up so no one else gets it, right? You don't want your competitor. So it's fine if you have a bunch of sites that you don't necessarily use.
Oh, okay.
Just put in the description, follow me for my real account or my active account at Big Biz
You're
Show.
good.
Or
Okay.
Big Biz Radio.
All right. So
All right.
So Deb's
Here we
hired,
go.
by the way, for
That's
us.
one.
She needs her own show on this. Let me ask you. Okay, talk about the set it and forget it. People are too busy to do this. I'm guilty as charged here.
Right, yes.
The only reason I'm tweeting this week is I knew you were going to be on the show and you'd be following
I
it.
was like, wow, they really are using Twitter.
I'm
a
only
lot. And
only for this week. If you
I
look at the last,
retweeted you.
I do a Twitter on Sunday with my stock picks, and then the next Sunday with my stock picks.
See, your stock picks, for that in and of itself, you should have a bajillion followers. And yes, that's an
I do.
accurate
We have
number.
21,000.
Yeah,
Is
I
that,
have
is that a budget?
25,000, and
See,
I'm not
okay.
on the radio
See,
every
that's
day
the
like
problem.
you
See,
are.
Yeah.
see,
So,
that's a problem.
You should have like 3-4 times. You should have 300,000 followers easily.
What?
Right? Yeah.
How do you do that?
And- and here's the
300,000?
Can I
thing.
get $1 a piece from them?
So you might be able to, right? You,
For a penny a
do you sell
piece.
advice? You have a home study program, and
Yeah.
that's what people do. They'll sell a book,
Right.
and for every book they're getting, you can tie the dollar amount. to
Your little
Twitter.
niche or niche, whatever
Right.
you pronounce it. See, that's what we did a show on. We did a whole show on this little book thing. and
I'm vexed
niche.
now. You get 300,000 followers. What? Yeah,
But only
50
because you're
cents a
so
piece per
popular.
month.
Not
That's what I'm
everybody.
saying, Bob.
But, well, and the reason why I'm saying this solely, as far as you monetizing it, is because and people following you on Twitter is because if you're sharing stock tips, that's one of the best things. When I first started out on Twitter, like if you're in the financial industry, that is one of the best things to start a Twitter account because they want you. Not only do they want to follow you, but they want to turn you on so that you get notifications on their phone. This means you live in their pocket or pocketbook.
Don't
So
don't
that's
even
how
go
Stop it.
here.
Stop.
All right. You said
Okay.
turning on it in my
Come
pocket in the same
I set
sentence.
up like
No,
some
I'm fine.
softballs there. You
Yep.
know.
And
There's another
softballs.
one. Okay.
Great.
Hat trick. Good job.
She'll be on with us every day now.
But if you guys have something relevant that's time sensitive, that's something that real estate's another thing.
Yeah.
You telling people something's on the market that's hot, that's just listed. I want to follow that realtor, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you want to do. You want to have posts.
Okay,
that have
but
people
okay,
turning you
okay,
on.
let's do this.
Yes.
Forget the fact that we're on radio and TV.
Right.
Let's say there is a good stock picker
Right.
in our audience.
Yes.
And he lives in, let me see, one of our affiliates in
Boston.
Hello to Boston, WDIS AM 1170 Boston. He lives in AM 1170 Boston. He's listening to you right now. He's a stock picker. Nobody knows him.
Right.
He's an actuary guy that's bulletproof on his stocks. He wants to do this. So he's going to post up. He's going to say Boston Stock Pickers is his Twitter name. Okay, and
Might be a little too long, but yeah, that's something like that.
Then
Yeah.
I'm hearing nothing.
Be stock pick.
How does he find that?
Does he have to have Boston in the name?
Okay.
Is he only going after local?
How about stock picker?
Stock
Yes,
pick,
perfect. So stock picker, short and sweet, and it's keyword relevant. So if you can get your Twitter domain name or your name
keyword
as
relevant.
keyword relevant, now the people are going to find him or the people that are doing his search. Here's the thing, Sully. People, you don't even have to do anything necessarily other than blog and tweet and Facebook because people are searching for what you have to offer.
Yeah.
Now, if you have something to offer that nobody wants, well then no, you're not going to be found.
Right.
But if you have something like stock picker or best stock picker, that's another major keyword if you put best in front of it.
Wow.
People are looking, right? What do you want? You want the best. You don't want an average stock picker. You want the
Getting a
best.
headache.
So if
Bitchin'
you-
stock picker.
If you do a Google search on good keywords, if you type that into Google, good
Yeah.
keywords, that will give you a link where people can actually search for a good keyword of all the people that are looking for something in your niche. If you grab that as your username, people will just find you because they're putting it into Google.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this: as far as the metrics of Twitter go, do you have to have a different email address for every Twitter account? I just got an email for asking that. Some lady, let me see, I'll tell you her name.
Oh, yes.
Cynthia Dwyer out of Jackson, Tennessee asked, do you have to have a different email address for every Twitter account?
If she has a different username, yes. Each, just like Facebook, you're technically not supposed to have more than one Facebook profile
Okay.
or YouTube, but yes, it's one email address per
So
account,
just keep on
per
setting up
profile.
Gmail names and
Exactly.
for each Twitter account.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so this guy, let's say he gets these stock pickers down
Yep.
his name.
Right.
How's he going to get his first follower?
So the first thing he does is starts putting value content rich tweets.
But how are people going to see that though?
Well, first of all, he's going to go follow people.
Oh,
Other
follow,
stock
follow,
pickers,
follow.
people who
right?
invest.
But he's also going to just simply start tweeting
Mm-hmm.
because when people are searching for someone that he or a service that he's offering,
Right.
if he's putting keywords into his Twitter updates,
Mm-hmm.
he will be found on Google. And that leads me to something that's even more exciting on Facebook, but I'll hold that for a second.
No, go ahead. Let's talk. Let's
Okay.
do this. Let's do this.
So, can I share with your listeners something that is not out yet, but will
Yes.
be? And it's kind of like me coming in here and saying, back in the 90s and going, hey, there's going to be
What's it
something
called?
called the internet or Google.
Yeah.
What is this
right?
called?
This is social graph search on Facebook. They
is it?
have just released this in beta for us geeks to try out and test out. So it's not necessarily available to the general public. You can't use it yet. However, if you do a Google search on social graph search, you'll start seeing articles, information about it. What's exciting about this is if you're on Twitter now as a small business owner,
Yeah.
this is like being pre-Google search for
Wow.
social networks. It is a search specifically for social networks, specifically Facebook. So-
Okay, next week with you, we're going to cover this the
Okay.
entire segment.
Here
Okay.
it comes.
Good stuff. Coach Deb, CoachDeb.tv. Follow her on Twitter at Coach Deb.
What?
Fantastic. Appreciate it, Deb.
Yeah. Here it is.
Smart girl. And the name of your book again?
Oh, Twitter Revolution.
Twitter Revolution.